Good evening. Is there anything special we are going to talk about today? Yes, we are. How was my day? It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I noticed, you know what? If you're trained, if you know what is to be done, if you have really worked, as I always say, from the very young age, and you have really learned your lessons hard, and then if you have been lucky to have met few bosses in your life who have really made you kind of expert, perhaps. And then, of course, if you have kind of widened your imagination, if you have said, no matter what, no matter what, it's very simple. What is so complex about it? I mean, I wonder. I keep on looking at the youngsters. Sometimes I speak with them, and I get to understand from them, I want some challenge. I'm like, okay, what challenge do you want? People who really want challenges, they don't get stranded somewhere waiting for thing to happen. They just go and do it, isn't it? I don't know. In the real world, if you move around in the market, in the so-called competition, so-called blah blah blah, there is a chance you will feel very lost because it works like that. And a piece of you really has to go into that, what you want to show, what different you want to do. So nowadays, what I'm observing is that most of us people, I'm now leaving out the people who crave for that challenges and all. Most of the time, when people really, create, really love what they're doing, and they're very well suited, what they want out of it, work is not tiring at all. Work is fun. Work is like, give me more. Work is like meditation. Work is also like, it gives you some stability, it gives you some direction. And of course, you justify your presence in the world. Whatever work you do, I always believe, I look around and I watch from the daybreak itself. People, small vocations like cleaning a car, sweeping the roads, even the guy who picks up the garbage, the gardener who opens the park. And then I switch. I see the executives, riding their expensive cars. Then I see few executives killing themselves for that extra buck. Then I see teams kind of talking business, which makes sense, it's part of their job. Then I see the leaders strategically, studying, researching, and taking that strong step. And then I see the simplest, most person giving me coffee. Of course, when I go upstairs with my friends and all, so there is a chap And you know what? His humility, his openness, it wins hearts. I mean, I don't know how much I can do for everybody on the earth, at least the people who cross my way. But at the same time, I used to joke around. CSR is where my heart lives. This was noticed by Piyush Pandey, the art director Piyush Pandey I'm talking about. I met him. And he looked at me and he said, "Girl, you know what?" I said, "What?" I was what? 35 or 36 at that time, and I met him. "Sumita, you are not cut out for all that stuff." What am I cut out for? You're cut out for CSR. I'm like, what? I'm cut out for CSR? The good for nothing CSR? No, but I think he was right. I kind of looked into it, and it took me years to realize that there has to be purpose if you want to drive me, if you want to make me do something. And there has to be a solid purpose. It has not to be your whim, it has not to be your business decisions. I need to see that what is in it. And then you have to get me sit down and work on it. I will figure out how to make it work. I always wonder, it came to my mind few hours or maybe yesterday, for example. When I was very young, I used to talk about that if something has to be done, it has to be done. And you have to figure out, and you have to bloody figure out and get it done. At that time, it sounded very interesting. It sounded as if I'm a fool who is very energetic and who is kind of mad lady. Now I look at that mad lady and I wonder, I was perhaps innocent. I understand what is to be done, but at the same time, I love people. I love people. I love them just as I do love myself. What's the big deal? By the way, I spoke with an interesting candidate today, and she said, I said, "What do you hate one thing in yourself?" And she said, "Why would I hate anything in myself?" I said, well, I think literally she took my remark to her heart or something. But trust me, what I hate about myself, I hate my guts. I hate myself for not loving myself that deeply. I am not so self-obsessed. I want to do what works. I want to do what clicks. I want to do what has an impact. And I want to step back and crack a joke on whatever I do if I feel like I'm being stupid, and it could be done in a much better way. What's bringing that change? Vishen Lakhiani, trust me. Maybe he's the guy. I just keep on looking at him. I know he's a transformational speaker, influencer, founder, and all that. But for me, he's handsome, he's talented, and I have a crush on him. So whatever he says, I just grasp. Though I don't understand anything, then I internalize it. Then I look at myself and I tell myself, for wishing, fine, let's do this step. Let's think that way. So the guy has a lot of good influence over me. Yeah. And what else? I think there are so many things I could talk about. I could talk about India, Pakistan also. But why should I? Let's keep it for tomorrow. Much love. See you. Bye bye.